Hey guys, I am trying some new stuff today. I am hopefully going live on both YouTube and Facebook. Let's see what we can see. Let's see, it looks like that I'm live, but I'm not sure I'm in the right spot. See how y'all doing today? I would love for you. Oh, there I am. I see live. Oh, I have sound on YouTube. Let's see what I got going on in Facebook. If y'all hear me, if you're all here with me, if there's anybody watching, could you just comment and let me know? Jeff is working today and I am, let's see here. I'm just going to hit the go live button on. Let's see if I can do this on Facebook too. I might be live everywhere. You just never know. Okay, I think I'm both places. Hi, Ramona. How are you? I can't believe that I did this. All right, so let's see here. You can hear me and everything? Okay, cool. Hey, can you go over on the Facebook and just see if I'm live there? I think I am. All right, I'm just going to go with it. Boy, that really makes me excited. I'm super excited. Okay, well, okay, it's telling me that my stream is a little slow. Okay, that was just a, looks like my stream is okay. All right, this is crazy. I can't believe it. Okay, well, welcome to Craft Chat and Coffee with Tonya at the Wonderbasement. And if I'd love for you to let me know if you're here, where you're from, if you like to stamp, if you're familiar with stamping. I am a demonstrator with Stampin'Up, and I teach people how to make cards. And so we use all kinds of art techniques, different things that we do. And I just wanted to, I'm going to share every Friday at 10:30. I'm going to go live so I can answer your questions. If you have any specific questions about current promotions at Stampin'Up, or, you know, if you want to see a particular technique or whatever, I will let you know that I can't always see all of the comments, so I probably won't be able to answer them in time, but I will go back and read them, and I'll go through and answer them in, you know, individually. Today I am going to show you, I have the Stampin'Up has a an annual catalog, and this is our twice a year we come out with mini catalogs. It's still kind of a big catalog, but we are going to be looking at this group called Artfully Composed, and I'm going to show you how to do some quick collage stamping. So I'm going to switch the camera so you can see what I'm working on, and we will get started. All right, needed to get my little thing here. Let's see if I can do this. So you should be able to see now what I'm working on in front of me. And what I'm going to do, collage stamping is something that has been around for a long time. And there's a lot of different things. I mean, basically a collage is just when you put things, you know, together to make one whole cohesive unit. So what we're going to do is I've got my stamps. If you don't know what rubber stamping is, here is a rubber stamp set, and it is made out of red rubber, and it has all of these images. You basically ink these up, and then you press them down on paper and you get an image. So when I'm going to use these different things from the Artfully Layered Stamp Set, and I have a selection of green colors that coordinate. So I have some Evening Evergreen. Oh, I've got an olive somewhere. Here's an olive. Put that in there. And I'm going to create a collage with these colors of stamps and my stamp set. A lot of times the thing about collage stamping is that you want to have some large images, and you want to have some kind of medium size images, and you need something that's kind of a filler or a background. And so that's what this is. And you're going to vary your stamping with kind of as you go, but I'm going to start, and you can start either going from, I usually start light to dark is my preferred method, but sometimes if you need to, you can go back in with a darker color or a lighter color if you need something. So what I'm going to start with is I'm going to start with this big leafy luscious green palm frond, and I'm just going to lay down my stamp, and then I'm just going to stamp again, and that's called stamping off, and then I'm going to stamp again. So you're going to have a dark, medium, and a light. Let me pull you in just a little bit so you can see a little closer. Let's see here. There we go. Okay, so basically what you're going to do is I'm just going to fill this up. I'm going to ink this up again, and then I'm going to do another variation of that. I think from this time I'll stamp a little bit on top of this. When you're collage stamping, you are stamping on top of the previous images versus just stamping one thing down. Okay, then I think what I'm going to do next is I think I'm going to go with Old Olive, and I'm going to do the larger tropical leaf. I'm just going to, so I want this to sort of look like, I'm going to do an all over pattern. This one, and this one I'm actually just stamping. I'm going back and re-inking every time. So you can do different things to get different effects. You can already see how when I like the darker stamped over the lighter brings that image up, which is kind of fun. But you're gonna, it's always gonna look a mess before you get it to where you want it to be. I think I had some ink on this, need to clean this off real quick. And then I think the next thing I'm gonna do is I am going to do Just Jade. One of the great things about all of our Stampin' Up colors is they coordinate. So we have over 40 colors, and they're fabulous to coordinate. We have inks, papers, markers, and everything coordinates in our whole line. So you don't have to worry about whether or not greens are going to go well together. Now you can see some of these, I've got some open spots, and I'm going to stamp some of my tinier leaves here. And you're still kind of like, oh yeah, that looks okay, but it kind of still looks like a hot mess, which is completely normal when you're collage stamping. And you can see I'm just kind of randomly stamping. Nothing big, nothing too earth-shattering. And now I'm going to go in. I want to go in with a little different green, and this is Just Jade. This is one of our in colors, and actually it's going to be rotating off of our product line at the end of May. So if you like this, you need to hop on the bandwagon. So now what I'm going to do is, this is just a background stamp. This has words on it, but it doesn't really have, they've kind of whited them out or marked them out. So basically it's just script. It's just kind of a or what am I trying to say? It doesn't say anything basically. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and I'm going to put my dark color in first. Now I'm going to stamp this and then I'm going to just kind of pounce it. I'm going to pounce, and you can see what I'm doing is I'm filling in all of these blank spots. I'm trying to get rid of some of the white of the paper. I want it to knock that back just a little bit. So I'm just pouncing. I'm not really re-inking but every 5 or 6 times. Now you can see how that's looking now. You can see it's kind of filled in. It almost looks like, I mean, one of our designer series paper, all of our designer series paper are collage. So you can kind of see it's starting to give you this feel. Now I want to take, I've been watching a YouTube channel called Chateau Diaries. It's all about Chateau de Lalande, and it is a fabulous, it's a fabulous story and YouTube channel if you haven't seen it. But one of the things, they just got back from South Africa. They went on a safari and it was so cool. And that's what this whole suite reminds me of. So I'm going to take a sponge. I want this to be a little bit vintage. And right now it's really, really bright. So I'm going to take some crumb cake. We have a whole line of neutrals. I'm going to just roll the sponge and it's going to pick up some of the ink, and I'm just going to, again, kind of roll this out over the top. It'll start to kind of soften some of those hard lines. And this, I'm working on a paper, it's our shimmer paper, which is just got a really good tooth to the paper. It's really smooth, and up close it's a little bit sparkly, so I love this. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of Bumblebee, which is another one of our in colors that will be going out in the end of May. And I think I'm going to use this. This is a blending brush. I'm going to use this, and I'm going to pick up some yellow, and I'm going to kind of add some color where I want it to add some color. This is so fun because it's just really playing. You're building layers and you're playing. Now I think I want to take some of this stamp. Can't decide. I kind of want to put some. I think what I'm going to do is I'm really creating. This is how I create, and I think it's useful to see how they think and put things together, because when you think you're not crafty, most of the time I find you're just afraid. You're afraid of what's going to happen, and you don't want to be afraid of what you put on your paper, because you can always fix it. You can always not use that side. You can turn it over. You have a whole nother sheet over here. I love the way this is looking, but I think I want to put some more yellow leaves like this on here. Oh yeah, I like this a lot. And see, you're just getting a little more. And I have to say, one of my favorite artists is a glass artist. His name is Tom Chaluli. And I read one of his books, and he's like, you don't know how far you can push something until it breaks. I mean, with his, it's literally breaking glass. But it's the same thing with paper, because if you get to the point where you hate it, you've gone one step too far, and you can always bring it back. Okay, so now I've got, this is what I would call a really cool collage print. Love this. Love it a lot. So I am going to get a coordinating piece of cardstock. And I think I'm just going to, I really want the evergreen. Do I have another sheet? Let's see what I got here. Been using a lot of evergreen lately. All right, well, I'm just going to go with this because I've got it. Actually, I'm going to use the bumblebee because that's kind of, I want an intense color. Olive is beautiful, but I wanted a little more contrast. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just take this piece of collage paper. Now I will be able to get 2 cards out of this. I'm going to trim it down to 4 inches by 5 1/4. And I'm going to go ahead and do another one the same size. Actually, I'll do the olive, and I'm going to do the olive and the bumblebee, and then you can see the difference and how cool they coordinate and what a fun thing it is. So I'm going to go over here. I just scored this piece. I'm going to score this at 5 1/2. This is going to be a standard size envelope that you can send in the mail. And let's see, so I'm just going to adhere this down with some Stampin' Seal. This down like this. Oh, this is so pretty. Oh, I love it. Oops. Oh, I just ran out. That always happens. Good thing I've got an extra one right here. I'm going to put this one on the bumblebee. I love this. Look how pretty they're looking. Okay, so now in the stamp set, and this is what's cool about having a stamp set, is that you have some background stamps, or you have large images, and then you have words that kind of coordinate. And I think I'm going to do Sending All the Hugs. I like that one. And I'm going to get me another sheet of the shimmer cardstock. I've got some over here. Okay, so I've got another sheet of my shimmer, and these are called cling stamps, and that is because they cling to the back of an acrylic block. And we also have photopolymer stamps. I'm going to use the Sending All the Hugs, and I'm just going to, I think I'll stamp a couple of those. I am going to I'm just going to cut a rectangle with my, I love this Stampin' Trimmer. It is fantastic. I love it because it always gives me a straight line cut, and it's quick, and I can score on it. I just love it. See, I think I want this one trimmed down just a tad bit. I'm not really measuring this. I'm just kind of eyeballing. This is the cut line, so I know I didn't want to cut my words, so I can just kind of lay it down and pull it. All right, and then I'm going to lay this on top, and I think I'm going to take my blending brush again, and I am going to pick up some of the green, and I'm just going to brush the Evening Evergreen on the edge. And I think now here I'm going to stamp this off and see how that gives me another little pattern, but it's not so much that it's taking away from your greeting. It also gives you a little bit of interest on your card. And I am going to cut this at 4 1/4 as well, so that it just goes, sorry if you can't see that. I stamp and I start with a great space, and then I get to the end and I'm all out of, I'm stamping in a space like this. So at least I know who I am. So I'm going to just edge that again. Then I'm going to take a couple of dimensionals. Pop this on either side. Dimensionals are just little adhesive double-sided tape, but they have a little bit of dimension on them, so you can, it pops it up just a tad bit. And so this is going to go edge to edge. Oops. Oh, I think I did it. Yeah, I did it wider. That's okay. And then I'm going to take a little bit of ribbon, and I think I'll try the window pane. It's an evening evergreen. That may be, oh no. See, people think that you can't mix patterns, but you can, because when they're different scales, size-wise, and you just have to have a different scale. They can't all be large, or they can't all be small. And that is going to work. It's going to be pretty. Love it. Okay. And cut that off. Cut that off. Now, I like a little bit of bling on my cards. You don't have to put bling on your cards, but I do tend to go with it. Well, sometimes you can't find your bling. I think that's pretty good. Well, I'll lay this one aside, and then I'm going to do this yellow one. So on this one, I think I want to bring out the yellow a little more. So what I'm doing is I'm just kind of cleaning off the most of this. So then I can actually go into the yellow. We'll do another way. I'll do it a different, no, I'll do it this way. Gonna cut this off again at 4 1/4. And on this one, I think I'm going to take stamp a really pale leaf over the top of this. And on this one, I think I'm going to do this. This is an organdy ribbon, or nylon open weave ribbon. It's like an organdy. See, I need that. And what I'm doing is I'm putting the dimensionals on the end, and then I am, hi Becky. So I'm putting the dimensionals on the end so that I can slide my ribbon through. And this one I'm going to do a solid color. Just tie this up. See, I really like this window pane with it. So I'm just going to tie a little piece on top. I'm definitely a more stamper than a less stamper. there's a group that I'm in, and it's Sweet and Simple Stamping or something like that. I have a hard time finding things to post. Oh, so there you go. Collage stamping at its finest. Super quick, super easy, and so much fun. It does what I love to do with stamping. I love to actually get ink to the stamp, to the paper. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this. And again, I'm kind of doing it solo today, so I can't see any of the comments. I happened to look up on YouTube and I saw Becky and Ramona commented. So thanks for joining me. If you guys like this, if you want to see more of it, let me know in the comments. I have, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, like and follow on Facebook. And I just am super excited to be here, and I hope you had a good time. And I'll see you next Friday at 10:30. Bye-bye.